Hi, I'm Bonnie Palmer. I've been a member of MAG for about a year and a half now. I'm a fiber artist, which means I do needle felting. And needle felting consists of working with some raw wool like this, and then you punch it with needles that have little barbs on them, and you get something like this to start with. And I'll be working on that in a minute. I started being interested in needle felting when my daughter-in-law gave me a kit to make little birds, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the sculptural quality. I've always been a watercolor painter, and the 3D aspect of it really hooked me. I'm also very interested in the history of felt. Did you know that it's the oldest textile in the world? It started probably around 4,000 to 5,000 BC, about 1,000 years after woolly sheep were first domesticated. There are two different ways of making felt. The wet process involves taking large amounts of wool or other materials and getting it wet and agitating it and using pressure. And that will make the fibers tangle, and you get a cloth that way. And that's the way a lot of the tribes in Asia who make yurts and tents and clothing with felt, that's the way they do it. The other process is called needle felting, and it can be an industrial process where they use machines that have multiple needles that come down all at once and tangle the fibers that way. In about the 1980s, a couple named Stanhope were the ones who started the craft of needle felting when they used a small needle felting machine to start making scarves and things like that. And then Mr. Stanhope discovered that you could take one needle and you could make little things with it. He started out making multicolored balls that he would then saw in half, and they'd look like geodes, and he'd use them as jewelry. This is part of what you do when you're making needle felting. This little guy needs an ear. So what I'm going to do is, I've got one I pre-made, and I'm going to put that on his right side. This is a nativity scene that I made last year, and it has Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus, and a donkey, the three wise men and their camel, and a shepherd over on the side. This is another needle felted painting that I did. It's called Bee Balm, and it also has a hummingbird visiting the bee balm. I used the same colored yarn in the background and then needle felted the flowers on top.